Hello, YouTube. All right. So it has come to my attention. It actually came to my attention a couple of weeks ago that I have not done my smoking testimony. I made a video when I first was going to do YouTube, and I never posted it because I thought, God, Lee, this is like really heavy right out the bat, and people are going to think I'm absolutely insane if I give this testimony. And that's okay. I don't care if people think that now. So we're going to go ahead and give that testimony. And I know that it's going to touch somebody's life out there. Just to recap real quick, I jumped off the cliff and picked up my cross 6 months ago and moved to another state after having a couple of encounters with God. One of those being Him lifting my smoking up off of me, right? And so this channel is just a documentation of my life. I live in my van. I've been living in my van since I left Texas. And just a testament to my life and what God's going to do with my life and how He is faithful to the faithful, right? So we're trying to be very obedient in what we do. We're not perfect about that. That's okay. We don't have to be perfect. Anyways. So, my smoking, I've been smoking since I was 12 years old. I'm 56 years old now. On December 15th, I was smoking about 3 packs a day. And after encountering God back in August, I was trying to quit. Like, I really felt it in my spirit that I needed to quit. That God was going to take me places that smoking could not be a part of my life anymore, right? So I'd been trying to stop. I would go a few days and then something would happen. I'd get emotional and go and buy some cigarettes. And then I would be just bawling and feeling like so convicted about smoking and feeling like I'd let God down. And just, I would just be bawling, y'all. So, December 15th, a friend of mine had come over and we smoked a joint, well, half of a joint together, and he left the other half for me. And so after he left, I'm, toked on it a couple of times, and I'm sitting there at one point and I'm looking at the last 2 cigarettes that I have in my pack, and I'm like, okay, God, I'll try again tomorrow, just kind of flippant about it. And I started having this pressure on my chest. It didn't hurt. It just kind of felt like somebody was squeezing my chest, like maybe sitting on my chest, right? And I'm like, oh, God, are you about to take me? Because I'm good with that. I ain't got nothing holding me to this earth. And, ooh, child. And so I'm sitting there and this ringing, really intense ringing, whooshing, kind of like water whooshing sound was in my ear. I couldn't hear the TV anymore. And I started sweating. I could just feel the sweat all over my body. And I really kind of lost control over my body and just could fall back into my chair. I was sitting at the dining table. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I can feel God mad at me, right? Like, I don't know how to describe it, but I could just feel He was angry. And I started getting scared. Like, I never really feared death until that moment. And I don't think it was I feared death. I think it was I feared God's wrath, right? Because in that moment, I just felt like I'm not going to heaven if I die right now, right? So, anyway, I'm sitting there and I'm just start going, I'm sorry. I'm just like over and over again, right? And I felt this retching in my stomach coming up. So I like stumble over to the sink. I lived in an RV at the time, so it wasn't very far, thank God. But I like fall onto the sink and I'm like got my hands on the counter and I retch this just really violent kind of retch, dry heave. There was no vomit with it. Sorry for the description. And I'm sorry. I'll never smoke again after I smoked these last 2 cigarettes. We are so rebellious as a people. Anyways, so I felt everything like come up off me, and I splashed some water on my face, and I'm just like really weak. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, wow, like, girl, you just had like a super bad reaction to that pot. Like, dang, So I go back over and I sit down and I fire up a cigarette, and I'm contemplating this situation that just happened, and I take a drag off my cigarette, and I hear, put it out. Girl, you are tripping. Like, you are having a major trip out right now. Take another drag off. Put it out. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm... Take another drag. Put it out. At this point, everything starts coming back on me. The sweating, the pressure in my chest, the ringing, whooshing in my ears starts washing back over my body. And at that point, I was like, I knew it was the hand of God on me. So I put that cigarette out, and it lifted back up off me. And I was just like, wow, that really was God. That wasn't me having a stroke. That wasn't me having a reaction to the pot. That wasn't any of that. That was the hand of God on my life. And I think the reason why he did that was because that cycle of me quitting and picking it back up would have continued had he not intervened and been like, you're either in or you're out. And I think that's a testament to us as Christians. A lot of times with Western Christianity, we think that we can go out there and do drugs and have extramarital, what am I trying to say? Sex, outside of marriage. Do all of these things that God tells us not to do. We are always on the fence, thinking that, oh, well, I love Jesus, so I'm covered by the blood. That's a lie. That is a lie. God expects us to live holy lives. When you accept Christ into your life, he said, go and sin no more. God expects us to live holy lives, to follow his commandments, to be obedient, to love your brother, your sister, regardless of color. These are things that he requires us to do, and you can't defile your temple with the sins of the world and love God. God is calling us to have a relationship with him, and what that means is you need to be in your word daily. You need to be talking to him daily. You can't have a relationship with your husband or your girlfriend and only spend a couple of hours a week with them. Ain't nobody putting up with that. Why do we expect God to put up with it? He deserves all of our praise, all of our worship, for the breath that we breathe, for the things that he allows us to have in our lives. We should be worshiping him all the time. He deserves it, y'all. He saved me from that pit, that gallon a day alcohol, drinking myself. I couldn't even function hardly the next day. The smoking, he pulled me out of that pit where I was trying to kill myself a very slow and painful death. And I'm so incredibly thankful for it. So I encourage you to pray on your addictions and give it to God. It is no joke. He will take it off of you. Satan is a liar. I did it without any withdrawals. I did it without any symptoms. I did it just cold turkey and no eating like crazy. None of that. So it's possible. If I can do it, anybody can. God can take it from you, baby. Let him take it. Anyways, so I'm going to get off of here. I got things to go do, people to see, and people to pray for. Speaking of praying, I'm going to have my email in the description. So if you need prayer for your smoking, any addictions, whatever you need prayer for, honey, I'm here. I will pray for you. Don't worry, I'm not going to post your name unless you give me permission to. And I'm really a private prayer anyways. God tells us to be. And I'm also putting in my other stuff if anybody decides that they want to give me a little chippy chip to help me out. I greatly appreciate it. I'm provided for regardless. Yeah. So I keep I don't know. I'm very distracted today because the clouds are just so gorgeous today. There's no chemtrails in the sky today, y'all. Wonder why that is. But the clouds are nice and fluffy and beautiful, and remind me of when I was a child. So they keep distracting me. But anyways, I love you. More importantly, Jesus loves you. Till next time. Mwah. Bye.